There are some books that don't just sit on the shelf. They sit in your soul. And When Breath Becomes Air is one of them. It was written by Paul Kalanithi, and this was my April read, and it was deeply reflective. It's a small book, but it makes you sit down and actually evaluate your life. This book made me realize that half the things we fight for in life aren't even worth it in the end. Dr. Paul Kalanithi was many things. He was a surgeon, he was a writer, he was a philosopher of life and death. He was diagnosed with terminal lung cancer at the age of 36, and he didn't run from death. He stared it in the face and asked, what makes, a life worth living? And the wild thing is, he actually got his answer. Now, here's the thing that hit me the hardest. He was happy when he died. At 36 or 38-ish. Now, not because he achieved everything he wanted in life, but because he poured himself out with intention. He found meaning in his work. He found purpose in service. He found peace in knowing he gave it everything he had while he could. Now, it got me thinking, see, too many of us live like we have time. We procrastinate, we stay in jobs that suck. We hold on to relationships that literally chip away at our souls. We wait for tomorrow, as if tomorrow is promised, when we literally have no power over that. And his story reminds us, you don't get to choose how long you live. You're not that powerful. But you can choose how deeply you live. And what broke me the most was his wife, Lucy, who closed out the book. She held his hand till he died. Her epilogue unlocked something in me, because it wasn't just grief, it was love. It was raw, unfiltered love. The type of love that we should all be chasing, not just settling for nonsense up and down. That type of love. And the book taught me to prioritize what matters. It taught me to love deeply. It taught me to not have to explain my life to anybody, and to restrict access just so the noise is not too much. It taught me to live in my bubble, in my peace, in my joy, with my people, to plan, to achieve, to build. And in the middle of all that, it taught me to not forget to actually live, to live for myself, to do the things that made Tochi happy, right? The things that made the people who matter to Tochi happy. Not the things that satisfied people or the things that kept every other person comfortable, but to actually prioritize me. Because that 6x6 enters just, is it 6x6? Maybe 6x2. It enters just one person, unfortunately. So yeah, it's a great book. I would give it a solid 9/10, simply because I have a thing for autobiographies and I also have a thing for philosophies. So yeah, solid 9/10. My current read now is Dream Count by Chimamanda Adichie, and I hope I'm able to finish it soon, and I'll give the review for that.